So today we're gonna talk to all my lazy entrepreneurs, all my non-motivated geniuses, all of my gifted individuals who don't have follow through. It's not my case. I saw this video a couple of days ago, but with Camron and Mace talking about Juelz Santana. I thought it was really interesting. I thought they brought up some very, very interesting points. I know a little bit about his music. I know more so when he was with Dipset, not so much his solo career. But I thought the conversation was worth having, especially if you guys who are entrepreneurs. You want to be entrepreneurs. You got ideas. You want to be a content creator. You want to jump into this world of working for yourself. Let me say, there's a couple of different things that we gotta understand. But I want to play this video first. We're gonna jump into this conversation. All right, check this out, y'all.
Juelz is on 200 mixtapes.
He got bangers.
Like.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard Juelz rap, I was like, yo, because at that time I wasn't speaking to Killer, so I was like, yo, this nigga got one.
Yeah, like that.
Like Juelz could have really been like, he could have been Hove level.
Real talk, he had it. And he had it at a young age. He could have been the leader of everything that's going on outside right now. He could have been all these young father, uncle, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's how much, because the chicks liked him. He could rap. He was fly. He had every element that you needed to be that.
Yeah, he had the real wittiness to be like one of those special rappers.
Right, exactly.
What stopped him? You was there, I wasn't.
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. To me, Juelz, I wouldn't say poor work ethic, but I'm just not sure why. Juelz will sit there with 300 songs on his hard drive and won't put it out. If you follow Juelz now on his Instagram, I haven't spoken to Juelz in a while, but he'll tell you next month, so-and-so is coming out. Next month, so-and-so is coming out. So next month, so-and-so, it doesn't come out. We used to have to lock Juelz in the house, straight up and down. When he's 15, 16, you don't want to go to school, you ain't going outside. You come with us to the club. Yo, you did them songs. All them songs that you hear, the bangers, was forced. Yo, write the song, my nigga. Write the song. But it got to a point where I can't treat you like you're a grown man now. I can't yell at you. I can't scream at you. All them hits, gangster music, Santana's Town, all the hot Hey Ma was when we about to walk out to the club. We had crib in Chicago, and he'd be like, come on. I'd be like, did the 16? He'd be like, da-da-da. You're not coming out until you finish the song. You're not going. Straight like that, he'll tell you. And you're not coming.
He did say, they did, mention me being the next Jay-Z. And I mean, yeah, maybe I could have. I wouldn't want to say Jay-Z because I never strived to be Jay-Z. I definitely could have been way further than I am. You know what I'm saying? But I don't never blame nobody. That's what the thing with me is. I blame myself for anything that's held me back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't sit there. I'm not the nigga running around. Yo, he, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I never feel like I had the team around me that I needed to have to push me to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's not me blaming nobody. That's kind of like me. I'm responsible for putting that team around me. You know what I'm saying? I've always kind of like wanted to help the homies and wanted to help, the guys. You know what I'm saying? That they never really got it together. It's just me trying to, you know what I'm saying? Empower people that maybe I shouldn't have been trying to empower.
So I thought this video was very interesting. Hold on, y'all. My favorite right here. I can't eat a lot of these anymore, but if something's fire in my mouth, y'all forgive me. Not bad. I thought it was interesting, y'all. I've been an entrepreneur for, I guess, half my life, almost 25 years. I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. I shared this before in a prior podcast. I was a very average individual growing up. There was nothing special about me, in terms of academically in school. I think I graduated with like a C average. I remember going to my guidance counselor around the 11th grade. There's a time back in the 80s where, you get into your school year, they want to help you go to college and get your life together. The guidance counselor called me in his office and asked me what I wanted to do. I had no idea at the time. I decided, no, I'm going to be successful, right? He said, well, what college you want to go to? I said, I don't want to go to college. He just sat up at his desk. No college. He literally looked across the table and said, well, I don't think you're going to amount to anything without college. Elizabeth, New Jersey, I was in the hood. This is what this white guidance counselor told me. Not that white has anything to do with this. I'm just stating the fact that it was a white guy talking to me. Along the same lines, maybe like a couple weeks later, an Army recruiter came to me. And he said, hey, to me, hey, I want to talk to you about joining the service. We got benefits. We need young men. I said, sure, I'll come down and talk to you. I was 11th grade, y'all. And that Saturday morning, I was about to wake up. That Saturday morning I woke up. I was about to get myself together to go down and talk to this man. I had this very nagging feeling inside of me, right? Not to go. Because I just felt uncomfortable. So I called him and I said to him, hey, sir, I changed my mind. I'm not going to come down. The service is not for me. He said, okay, you loser, and hung up on me. I shared that story to say that when we start talking about, so one of the very interesting points about what Camron and May says is that Juelz Santana had the ability to be the next Jay-Z. He said, I didn't want to be Jay-Z. He just wanted to be the prince of the city. He was happy being himself. I applaud him for that. Even in his own admission, he says that he sees that he made some choices that he could have been a little bit further in his career than where he was. Maybe because of the people he was selling, hanging out with. He was trying to help the homies. He wasn't focused enough. And so I thought this conversation was very interesting because I've met so many. So we live in a day and age where everybody wants to be doing something. I mean, not saying everybody, but there are people out there who want to be doing something. What I cannot stand are the individuals who walk around town with their chest poked out like they're doing this, that, and the third, and they're not doing anything. So I wanted to dedicate this video to the people who are very gifted, but you struggle with certain things. You're very talented, but you struggle with certain things. You have all these ideas, but you don't have the discipline. You have a lot of procrastination. Even though I was an average individual, for some reason, once I entered the field of entrepreneurship, I became a superstar. Not out here, only in my head. It was like I found the thing that God created me to do. And while there were people around me with college degrees, trying to break into the industry that I was trying to break into, they couldn't outwork me. And the thing that I had going for me, my brothers and sisters, the one thing I had going for me was my consistency, my workability, my dogmatic ability to attach to the thing or the vision that I believe God gave me at the time and drive that thing all the way home. I didn't get distracted with friends. I didn't get distracted with partying. The thing about being an entrepreneur, and even in this case, Juelz Santana made a very interesting comment. He said he didn't have a team to push him. I'm going to say this in the beginning. Whatever you lack in money, you have to make up in hustle. If you don't have the money to market yourself, which most young entrepreneurs do not have, there's no $1 million. There's no, even if you got a couple $1,000s, you'll find out that a couple of $1,000s of marketing, you're going to burn through it real quickly. So you have to become more creative and use your ingenuity more than anything else. But you can have all these abilities. You can have all these ideas. If you don't get your ass out of the bed and get to work, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I've seen people who are very gifted, but they don't have the faith, the spiritual ability to say, you know what, I don't see nothing today, let me do it one more day. I made a promise to myself when I was an entrepreneur. I said, every single day I'm gonna do something. Even now, in terms of content creation, I worked all day today. I'm tired. I'm literally exhausted. My wife was away over the weekend. She's tired. She's exhausted. But because of our dedication to the vision, to what we believe God has given us, we push that aside, and I sit in my office and I produce. You cannot have a talent, You cannot have a dream. You cannot want to do anything without producing. 9 times out of 10, nothing's just going to fall in your lap. Too many people aren't focused enough. I hear these young entrepreneurs. See, back in my day, we didn't have social media. We didn't have the luxury of social media, but it was actually a benefit, because what it taught me was it taught me how to look somebody in the eye. I don't have to post a picture like my business is bigger than what it really is. I was able to look somebody in the eye, shake their hand and say, hey, look, this is where I am, but this is where I want to go. How can we connect to make this happen? It was a conversation, which I think in today's times is just lacking. People want fame. I saw the Wendy Williams documentary, the horrible documentary of her life the other day. But Wendy said something very interesting. This is something you got to ask yourself. See, I wanted to be successful, and so I had to define success for myself. Was it money? Is it having a home, a beautiful wife, a great car? I had to see. Success is relative. You have to determine what success means to you. But Wendy Williams said this in her documentary. She said, all I wanted to do was be famous. There's too many gifted people who just want to be famous. And if that's what you want, then so be it. I'm not talking to that individual. I'm talking to the individual that was where I was 20-something years ago. You're struggling through life, you're broke, but you got all this creativity, you have all these ideas, and you just need to get it into the world, because you know inside you, if you get it out into the world, that God is going to do something special with it. Well, I'm talking to you, and what you have to do is get up. Get to work. It may start with a post, it may start with a business card, but one thing I'm going to say to you, don't limit your business to social media. Learn about contracts. Learn about shaking people's hands. Elevate your mind. Learn everything you got to know about the industry that you want to dive into, and you drive it home. And you take the gifting and you put it to the side, and you adopt the skills that you do not have. See, because let me tell you something. I can get on the mic and I can talk all day, all night. I can pick up and I can write. My wife and I have written several books. We're authors. I can write all day, all night. This is my book, available on Amazon. I can do all them things. But I can only do them because I have the discipline inside me to get up and write. Someone called me several months ago. As a matter of fact, I think several years ago, but I think maybe a couple of years ago, somebody asked my wife this after she finished her book. They said, what do I do to write a book? How do I write a book? You know how you write a book? You sit at your computer and you just write. The hardest thing about writing is writing. It's not your story. The hardest part about writing is writing. You just start writing. You don't need to have a formatted story. You just write to your heart's content. The book format will come later. It's about doing the work. I can want to be a content creator all I want, but if I don't sit down and put a video together, if I don't sit down and learn the back end of this thing about video editing, Adobe, Photoshop, and all the stuff that happens on the back end that y'all never see, then what my content will be very limited in its form. And at some point, I'm gonna cap out in this thing. What I'm saying to you is, you have the potential like Juelz has. You have people can see, oh man, you're so gifted. No one ever told me I was gifted. I think that's one of the challenges in our day and age. Everybody's getting props for everything. Oh my God, you so handsome. Oh my goodness, you so pretty. Oh my God, your car's so nice. Let me tell you something. I got none of those things. And maybe because I got none of those things, it forced me to go inside and say, God, I know you created something special about me. What is it? Lord, help me to define it. Help me to point it. Help me to point, put it in a bow like an arrow. And point that thing. And let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. The reason why this book is called The GOAT is because at 29 years old, I started a business that did very, very well for almost 15 years until we retired from it. You want to find out? You go buy the book. So I'm not talking from a lack of experience. You can Google my name. Stuff will come up. Books will come up. I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is, some of y'all are so gifted, but you didn't have that one little quality of getting up and getting to work. And so I need you to get up and get to work. Because if you have the thing inside you to be quote unquote, at the Jay-Z level, then you got to get your butt up and get there. It's not going to just fall in your lap. It takes time. It takes elevation. Success does not happen overnight. It's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. It's line upon line, brick upon brick. It's 1 year after another. And success is relative. Maybe you may define success as just being able to own your own home. And you may have a gift, you may have a talent, you may have an ability that will grow one day and pay you what you feel like you're worth. And if you're happy with it, that's all success is. I coined the slogan, when passion meets purpose, success is guaranteed, years ago. And that is the formula. You have to have some type of passion and energy. And so I want you to listen to the story of Juelz, because he's doing well for himself, not taking that from him. But that little caveat, everybody's, he could have been the next this, he could have been the next that. And people are saying that about you. Oh my God, look at you. You'd be the next Whitney, or you could be the next best-selling author, whatever it may be. Wherever you find yourself, that may be you. But I'm going to say this. It will never be you if you don't get up and start putting the energy and the effort into what you want to do. I heard Les Brown say, the wealthiest place in the world is the cemetery, because it's filled with people who had giftings and ideas and talents and abilities that took them to their graves because they were too afraid, too lazy. They were gifted and lazy to get started. And so when I was a kid, people counted me out, and the guidance counselor told me I would never amount to anything. And the Army officer called me a loser. I didn't internalize that messaging. Instead, I said, God, I know you created me to be something greater than what I am currently living. Although I may have grown up in the hood, and I may have learned from the hood, I'm not going to limit my life to one location. I'm not going to limit my life to one block. I'm not going to limit my life to one environment. And that is the key. I need to drive this home. Stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting your gifting by the group of friends who want to do nothing, who all they want to do is party. Because I'm going to tell you, for almost 15 years, I didn't party. I wasn't partying. As a matter of fact, I said, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. I wasn't out listen, as an entrepreneur, you got to be good at budgeting, because sometimes your money is high, sometimes it's low. Don't let these people fool you. Just because they got nice cars and diamonds around their neck don't mean that they ain't broke. I didn't want to live like that. I'm not going to live above my means. I'm going to live right where I am or below my means until I see more growth starts to happen. Be wise about yourself, and you take that gift and you take your ability and you drive that thing home until it creates the life that you see inside yourself. No, you don't have to be a Jay-Z or any of these other, whoever they are. You can be the best. All I wanted to be was the best version of myself. And you know what my passion is today? My passion is my wife. Us having a life that we desired and we choose, that we call our own shots, that we live the way we want to live. That's success to me. I'm okay with that. Nobody else got to co-sign me with that. But every day I get up and I make an effort. I put energy behind it. Every single day. There's not a day that doesn't go by. I don't edit. I don't create. I don't do something to better what we're doing in our everyday lives. I refuse to. And I'm married. So with that, I also have to find balance. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Don't be lazy and gifted. Don't be talented with no follow through. Listen, because the gifting and the talent is not going to go nowhere. It's so easy. It's like second nature to you. But I had to learn the hard part. I had to learn to get up every day and be consistent. Learn the program. Learn this. Learn that. Get on YouTube for hours. Study this. Study that. Read a book on this. Read a book on that. Don't live your whole life by listening to what people are saying. No. Get the information for yourself. Apply it. And when you have that information, you have that gifting, it becomes a superpower that will work in your favor. Thank you for checking this video. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know if it helped you, inspired you in some way, shape, or form. All right? I'll get at you with another video real soon. Peace. Do me a favor. On your way out, subscribe.
Something to say. Hey! You got something to say. Hey! We all got something to say. So have your morning coffee with